What's good? What's good, YouTube? How's everybody doing out there? You know, I've been giving this some thought, and I realized I need to do more vlogging videos. I do a lot of trucking videos that I be doing on the road, and I want to vlog some more. So this will be my first time just talking about talking about stuff. One of the things I would like to talk about is, you know, the trucking world, you know, the things that I've been through, things that I've done, my accomplishments. You know, I started trucking back in 2015. Ran through with Steven Transport. I ran with Steven Transport from 2015 to 2017. 2017, I came over here to Carolina Tank Lines, and the rest is history. I've been with Carolina Tank Lines since. I've been through some stuff with Steven Transport. That was the company where I was able to get all my kinks out on the road. You know, as a truck driver, nobody's perfect when they get started, so you know, you get whatever company you get hired on with, or if you know you're training still, you're gonna get all your kinks out with the company you start. One of my biggest oops that I've ever done was I was supposed to meet a driver in Louisiana, and I was traveling north. I remember meeting a driver into an abandoned parking lot where his truck and my truck can fit, but I kind of, for some reason, I kind of bypassed him. I was watching him as I was driving by him, and I realized I needed to turn around, so I used a subway parking lot. Thankfully, it was 3 o'clock in the morning, but still, it was a small parking lot. So as soon as I get my truck and my trailer into the parking lot, there was nowhere to go. You know, I had to get creative. So, you know, I had to pretty much turn my tractor. My tractor was sideways. I'm pretty much jackknife position, you know, trying to make a turnaround in a subway parking lot, and I'm really tearing up the grass. You know, it got so bad. It got so bad, my hood mirror was basically knocking at the subway door. By the time I finally got it straightened up, I pretty much told the other driver, I said, hey man, meet me in the median in the intersection. We could drop the trailers there. Now, I was only like maybe like 3 weeks by myself after being with a trainer. Now, my trainer taught me well. I'm not saying he didn't. He taught me well. It's just that, you know, I got nervous. I missed my turn. I missed where I was supposed to meet up with him at. You know, beginner's mistake, you know. Thankfully, nobody got hurt or there was no harm done to anything, and it was 3 o'clock in the morning, so the subway parking lot, there's nobody in there anymore. One of the craziest things I've done was, so I'm in Oregon on my way to Washington State, and it was this blizzard. It was huge, and I didn't know what to do. It was snow everywhere. I couldn't tell the difference between the road or the grass, basically. So as I'm driving, I'm following another driver, and you know, I shouldn't have been out there. I know I shouldn't have been out there. I should have called it quits. I should have pulled in somewhere, but I ended up he got off the road first, and I pretty much followed him because I was using his trailer lines, you know, the tires on the road to follow him. And when we got off, we pulled into this truck stop. It was so bad. As soon as you can pull into the truck stop, you pretty much pop your air brakes. It was over. You were done for the night. So I closed my curtains and went to sleep. I get a knock on the door. It's the local sheriff's department, and they're saying, hey, everybody got to move their trucks. You got to find somewhere to put your truck. So I'm like, hey man, where am I supposed to go? He said there's a Walmart down the street, and across from a Walmart there's a I believe it was a Granger, if that's what it was, a outdoor outlet stores in Granger. The Walmart was packed. So I get to the Granger, and mind you, I'm not sure if that's what you call it, Granger or not. That's just what that's what I'm thinking. So I get there, and I'm in the parking lot. I can see where the other trucks are parking. I see a line of 18-wheelers, and I'm like, okay, that's where I'm gonna go. But the whole road is covered. You can't tell the difference between the parking lot or the grass in the parking lot. Little did I know that there's a ditch separating me from the other 18-wheelers, and I'm using my GPS, not this GPS. It was a truck GPS, but I'm using the truck GPS to get to where they're parked at, and I can clearly see the difference between the road and the sidewalks and everything around it. I don't know how I wasn't paying attention to the fact that there was a ditch between me and them. So as I'm approaching them, I'm like, okay, the snow is getting packed. Let me lay on the gas. I'll be all right. I'm going to lay on the gas and I'm going to get on over there. When I tell you I can't make this up, I step on the gas. I get her up to like 5 to 10 miles an hour. And let's say this is my tractor and this is my trailer. All I see was my truck go. Like, I fell in a ditch. I'm in a ditch. My trailer's right here, but my tractor's in the ditch. So, long story short, I called through the night there. You know, I had to call my dispatch up. They said, well, what happened? I said, I'm belly down the ditch. Like, my tractor's in the ditch. My trailer's on flat surface. So they're trying to figure out how I even do that. I had to find a hotel for the night. By the time I got up in the morning, next morning, it was early in the morning, I got up, got back out to my truck. They had to use 2 wreckers to get me out the ditch. Now my tractor wasn't damaged, thankfully. It was not damaged, it was just in a ditch. So, long story short, they pulling me out, and they're like, well, how did this happen? I'm like, hey, I was following my GPS, they're like, oh my God, why would you do that? And I'm like, I don't know, man, it's cold. The snow is packed. I'm already frustrated. It's been a long night. I'm just tired. But then another scenario. This was one of the funniest ones, honestly. I was following this driver on. I forgot what area I was in. I was following this driver down this long road. Or he was following me first, and I'm in a slow truck, so my truck's not really fast. So he find a way to get around me. And he gets in front of me, and I get here on one CB radio. He called my company name out. He was saying, hey man, I got it, man, just follow me, or hey, I'll lead the way. He was pretty much trying to be like, hey, I got it. So as we're driving, I'm seeing these red spots all over my glass. Now mind you, this guy had like an old school Peterbilt. It was like a long nose Peterbilt. It was like one of them big old school trucks. He had a bully bar on the front of it. So as he's in front of me, I just see these red spots just splattering all over the road. Little did I know, this guy is knocking down maybe 5 or 6 deers in front of me. Man, by the time I realized what was really going on, all I could say was like, yo, this guy just knocked down all these deers. Like I'm in a Freightliner, my poor truck would have been done. He's still mowing them down. I don't know if they was running across the road or they were just lined up in the road, but he's mowing them down. And as soon as we could find somewhere to pull over, I follow him over. He pulls in, and I'm like, man, what in the world? Like you got deer heads in your grill. Like, this is insane. Like, he just pulling them out. He's like, it happens. He's like, but look at you didn't have to be in front of me because your truck would have been done. I said, yeah, you think?